Hi everyone, I'm Ariel with Arielpaints. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my channel focuses on realistic, on-the-job face painting, tips and tricks for face painters that are doing gigs out there in the wild. So welcome to my channel. If you have not been here before, please subscribe. And if you are a longtime viewer, thank you for coming back and happy 2024. I do have a lot of good videos planned for this year. As always, let me know if you have any questions or suggestions down below in the comments. Now, this design is an alternative to the traditional Spider-Man that most of us face painters have been painting for years, with the white eye and the black line work and the red background. That is great, and I don't mind doing that when I have time. When I don't have time, I absolutely loathe that design. So when I am busy and I need an effective, quick Spider-Man, this is what I do. This design can also be done on the cheek with a web that is even faster than this forehead version, so I'll show you a picture of that as well. So stick around and I will show you how I paint this very quick alternative Spider-Man design. So I'm going to start in the center of the forehead, and I want the spider to be the focal point. If you do get a child with a really small forehead, this can be a cheek design as well, and I'll show you guys a picture of the version of that I do. It's been a while since I've filmed and I'm super out of practice. Okay, so I'm taking a 3/4 inch angled brush and a red, black, and pink split. And I'm gonna load my brush with those colors. You can also use a foam dauber for this step if you prefer. I like to use brushes mainly on the job. My cat is crying. But if you want, you can just use a dauber. I'm just gonna use my brush and do a circle in the middle of the forehead. So while I have this on my brush, for the sake of being speedy, I'm going to move right into the next step that I know I want to use this color for. You can bounce back and forth between the different colors if you want to, but as far as being really quick on the job, this is what's going to just increase the efficiencies and make a 2 or 3 minute design go down to a 1 to 2 minute design. And when you have a ton of kids, it makes a huge difference. So I am going to visualize and kind of anticipate where the rest of that spider is gonna go. And from there, I'm going to plan where my first stroke is gonna be. So I'm gonna go right about here and pull down to my eyebrow, and then I'm going to just follow that and jog it around. Now, I most likely would also, on the job, because I'm working on this side, just go ahead and do my webbing, and instead of grabbing another brush, I just that was my cat. Okay, I'll try to edit that out if I can, but if I can't, my cat crawled on top of my studio. I'm in like a box studio in my basement. Crawled on top of it and was scratching at the back of my studio and then like fell or something. So I was worried that she got stuck back there. She's fine. She's just being really kooky today. So sorry about that. All right, let's continue this. Okay, so for the sake of being incredibly efficient, instead of grabbing a round brush and doing black line work, I'm simply using the toe of my brush that has that black, and I'm just creating the webbing. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be kind of messy. You can clean up this edge down here if you want, but we're also going to add some detail to cover that up. We just want to get some quick design down that gives the look of the Spider-Man webbing. One of the reasons I like to do this design specifically is because the kids who tend to enjoy Spider-Man are usually the younger kids, and those kids have the hardest time sitting still. So if you can do something on them that gives them the Spider-Man look and feel and do it really, really fast, it works out great for all of you because their parents are all wiggling, you know, watching their kid trying to sit still. It's usually like a 2 or 3-year-old boy, and they have the hardest time out of all the kids I paint to sit still. So you can get this on them really, really fast. It's super effective. They get excited, and then boom, they're out of your chair and you're on to the next kid. So I really like it. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. And again, you can see, I mean, I'm doing it on myself, so it's pretty messy. I feel like when I do this on other people, it's a little cleaner, but you get the idea. I think when you're standing in front of someone, you can do this even a little nicer than I did. All right, so now I'm gonna grab a blue cake. This one is Nat Davies. Grab anything that has a dark black or really dark navy blue edge, because that's gonna help you get that illusion of having line work on your design without having to go back and do line work. So it's really nice. All right, so what I'm gonna do is kind of hug my circle here. I want a little bit of an extended kind of butt of the spider. So just drag. And again, depending on the size of the kid's forehead, you may have to go down to a smaller brush or just adjust how much room you have. I've got a pretty large forehead, but still this is just like a tad too big. So I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit. So you could grab a 1/2 inch if you need to, or just try to really float on the toe of your brush and avoid using the heel of your brush. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and encapsulate that, and then I'm gonna do just a little bit of a bump out, little smaller circle for the spider's head, and get it as centered as you can. All right, that's pretty good. I have a slightly new setup in my studio and have a mirror underneath my camera lens. So I'm trying to use that mirror to paint, which is a little hard because it's far away, but I know visually it would probably be better for you guys. So I'm trying to train myself to do it, but I am being just a little messy because I don't have glasses on and it is hard to see. So every now and then I'm gonna have to grab my trusty mirror here just so that I can get a better look at what I'm doing. Yeah, see, that's so much easier, but I'll keep practicing and get used to it. See, now I can round that out. It was hard to round it out while looking at that, but bear with me as I continue to practice and get used to doing this new way. Just trying to make it better for you guys so I'm not blocking what I'm painting. Okay, so I'm going to just continue to reload my brush often. And this is a trick I've shown a few times, but we'll show it again. I'm doing spider legs. This is the easiest thing you can do. And once I figured this out, I have never gone back and done them any other way. So you're gonna take the flat part of your brush and you are just going to press and lift, press and lift, and create the segment of your spider leg. Now remember, all legs from the spider come out from this little space in between the head and the body. So if you're putting your spider legs out here at the body, it's gonna look wrong. So every time I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna press and push, press, back to the head and body, and I'm gonna press and push. And if you want, you can flip it too so that you have a little bit of a darker color on the outside. But we just want that elongated spider logo to be coming down the face, and then we're going to do the same thing up. Continue to reload your brush, and I am going to flip it so that the dark side is on the toe. Now again, I'm going to meet right here at the body, and I'm going to press, and I'm going to do my spider legs. You could usually fit 3 up here at the top, and I'm going to do the same. But remember, depending on that kid's forehead, you are going to have to adjust, so just do what you need to do. Okay, so this goes crazy fast, as you can imagine. So one more segment, and there is our spider. Pretty good so far. The other reason why I like this design is you're not going over eyes. Little boys in particularly can get really fussy when they're really little and you go over their eyes. So this is a full forehead design. They can do the full-on crazy squint and they're not going to mess you up. So here we go. We are really close to being done, which is the best part of this design. So we are going to do a couple highlights and some stencils. All right, so go ahead and grab a round brush. And we are going to just do a little highlight right on our spider to make it pop. And do just a touch on the head as well. And then I'm going to take my black and red star blends and a disposable smoothie blender. You can get these at any face painting online shop. Someone makes black ones too. I forget who it is. I don't own the black ones, but I saw them and I think that's brilliant because I do wash these and reuse them, but they get stained so they can appear dirty even after I've cleaned them. All right, so I'm going to load one side with Star Blends Black, and then I'm going to load the other side with Star Blends Red. If you are not stenciling with Star Blends yet, this is your public service announcement to start. It's amazing. I do have plans for a stencil video coming up where I'll go into a little bit more detail of when I choose to use Star Blends for a stencil or paint, but this is a great example. This BAM stencil, which is a must-have, it's 1206 and it's just the little graphic dots. This is such a great, easy way to finish off a design. So here in our corner, it just looks a little undone and a little unfinished, which can be fine, but if you want to clean it up a little bit, you're going to take this stencil. We're going to do the larger dots closer to the design and then have it cascading down to the smaller dots. And we're going to start with red just to meet up with where we ended, and then we're going to switch to the black and blend it and do a transition down to bring that design down very quickly. Brings a little bit of a graphic element and it just finishes it off so it doesn't look undone. See the difference? All right, so same on the other side. Big dots. We're going to do the red, scrub it in, and then turn our smoothie blender over. Still have plenty of powder. And then we're just going to finish it off. See, adds a quick finishing element and only adds seconds to your process. Okay, so the last part of this design is asking the kids if they like glitter. Now, I ask everybody these days if they like glitter, adults, girls, boys, because some people are very adverse to glitter. They don't like the feeling of it, or they don't want to deal with the messiness afterwards. Little boys, I like to ask because some little boys think that it's, you know, not their style or not what they want. So I just want to make sure they're into it. I do have to say though, almost every little boy I ask if they want glitter, they do say yes. So if you're not asking or you're hesitant to put glitter on boys, ask them. They usually go, yeah, shiny. I had one little boy at a gig not too long ago too, said yes, he wanted sprinkles. And now I just want to call glitter sprinkles so badly because it was so, so cute. And I absolutely loved that so much. So I have this really pretty blue and red glitter. If you want to know more about my glitter, go see my recent glitter video where I talk all about the differences. But I think I'm going to use the blue and my trusty little scraper here. This is in my Amazon store if you're curious. And I think I'm going to just do blue here on the corners and bring that down. This adds texture, another finishing element, and some interest. So glitter is a great way to add that finishing something to your designs. So I have got a little bit left over on my dauber, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some glitter at the top there, right over that blue. This is wax based, so it's not going to smear the paint, and it doesn't immediately dry, so you can manipulate the glitter nicely. And then I think I'll take just a little scoop of the red, and I'm going to throw that right in the center, and then just a tad right there on my red spider web, because why not? You don't need a lot in order to give texture and depth to your design. Just a little bit will pick up the light and give some variation to what could be a flat design. All right, there we have it. That is my alternative to the traditional Spider-Man design that we've all been doing forever, which is great, but can be a little cumbersome on the job. This is a very realistic, quick, on the job Spider-Man alternative. I hope you guys like it. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in my next video.